Ready? He actually gave you an extra 3 yards. We should take 3 yards off your stat. You're out there.
Boom! On the line. On the line.
14-yard line. 14-yard line.
Yeah, we're just all doing our jobs. We're doing things the right way. And when we're not, we're fixing them. In-game decisions, stuff, we're just fixing mistakes. And if someone makes a mistake, somebody else is helping.
We've been working hard. I feel like we earned it. But we just got to keep showing up and playing the next game.
You know, we knew that they were going to come out strong. They played good against Alvern, pulled off the win. So we knew that we had to do a good job against them. But in the end, you know, the score was in our favor, and it feels really good to start off good.
They made a play. Other teams will make plays on a football field. It's allowed. In some ways, guys, it's difficult to play screens against teams that are 4 up front because you don't know if you're actually honestly beating them that fast or if they're letting you go. Against good teams, you'll know if they let you go 3 to 3. I would say lean forward on everything and just do what you need to do on passes. Don't have to worry about having like an NFL pass set. Like, is this guy really screaming off the edge here? This isn't Dwight Freeney, right? Pretty slow. If there's a game where we need to, we'll maybe be willing to get to that point, but against most teams, we should be all right. Yeah, straight line is here.
Kenny, don't make those. I put it right on the line.
You threw it about 5 yards too far, but
On the line. No.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. It's funny. I was thinking about that. You know, years ago, being an assistant at Sauhegan, we had a run where, you know, we were a good deal better than a lot of the teams we played. So you had that occasion where your young guys would play against other teams' varsities. And it's never for a full game, but for a series here or there, it's kind of valuable. And then what it does is it builds for the future. So those kids are getting good reps, and then, you know, it's going to pay off, if not later this year, with depth issues. You know, certainly in the future, these are guys that maybe haven't started at varsity before, but they've seen the field, they've played against other teams, you know, first-string guys, that type of thing. So it does go a long way towards sustaining a program and having success program-wide for years to come, which is really the goal here. And I don't feel like we're there yet, so I'm kind of anxious to get that thing going. It's weird. We have 2 home games to start, but then we have 3 away games in a row, which is really an odd schedule. So what it does, though, is it allows us to hopefully set up a routine for Friday night games. So, you know, we'll see. It's a shorter practice week, but we have a plan for that. We're doing things a little bit differently today as a Monday to try and move things along a little bit faster. And then Friday after school, the plan is to keep the kids after school, give them sandwiches and stuff to eat here so that we know that they're eating well. We know where they are, and then we know they'll get on the bus on time. So it's out of our routine, but it's got to become our new routine because we got 3 in a row. So it's something we've definitely thought about, planned for, and we got to be good at it in order to have some success.
I like the Saturday games. Friday night lights is always fun, though. You get to go somebody else's field. Really, it's the Friday night lights atmosphere. It's high school football. You grow up, that's what you're thinking about. You don't necessarily think about the Saturday afternoon games, but that's what it is for us, and I like it. But it's a nice treat to play under the lights.
It's definitely going to be a big change. I think we've won 1 game, and all last year we've only won 1 away game ever. So it's definitely going to have to be something we're going to have to step up to this year and really show that we can win away as well as home.
Is it a 3-man or 4-man?
It's a 4-man line, but there's 3 guys with their hands down.
And one then standing up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's outside of me.
Yeah. Sometimes they have a head-up nose. Usually they're shaded, though, so they have head-up guards. No, he's shaded in the gap in the center guard. This guy's shaded outside the guard. Okay. He's shaded outside the tackle. 2 inside backers, guys, they're big everywhere. Their linebackers are big. Their linemen are big. Their defensive backs are big. They're not very fast.
The biggest one I see is up front. They have some very good size. They're very big, and they get off the ball well. You hope to see teams that are bigger, that are kind of like slow, and they don't move that well. These guys are big, but they also get out of their stances fast. They get out of their stances low. They knock people off the ball. They knock Bedford off the ball. And defensively, they got big guys, everywhere. Linebackers are big. Linemen are big. So the challenge for us is going to be, can we compete with them up front, being a smaller team? I'm hopeful that we can. We've gone up against a bigger guy here or there and done okay with them. We haven't gone up against a team that's that big across the board. But it's a nice challenge, and I'm kind of looking forward to it as a line coach, and I think the kids will be as well. So that's the biggest thing I see. The other thing is just, anytime a team can pass the ball, which they've shown they can do, our coverage hasn't always been great this year. When teams have had first downs, Keene certainly did, Concord too, they got first downs throwing the ball. So we need to kind of shore up that part of things. And it's not just defensive backs, it's linebackers getting their drops and stuff.
D-lineman, you watch this guy, hey, Stephen Dang, Ian Pizzeni, if you let this guy get into you, he's big and strong, but if you watch him on the snap, what do you see? Right up, right? He's going to show you his chest. So on passes, you won't get much of a rush. And on run plays, if you can get into him, when he's like this, you ought to be able to knock him into next week.
I mean, it's always nice going up against new competition. We've never played Nashua North, Nashua South. Alburn we played my freshman year, but that was in D3. It's been 2 years, so kids change a lot. We know that they have a few good players on Alburn, at least. Good lineman, good quarterback, good fullback. So it's a little intimidating to not know what we're going to be going up against. With Concord, we knew who's on their team. We knew who their good players were and who to watch out for and stuff. But it's a little bit nerve-wracking to not know going into the next week or so. But it's definitely exciting. It's exciting to play on Stellos Stadium, which is a nice field. We played in middle school there for our state championships and stuff. And it's intimidating, but I'm excited. I'm really excited, actually.
Their offense looks similar to ours. Here's a shoot formation. Running back is not pistol. He's not behind the quarterback, but he's deep and offset. They'll run a trap scheme, just like Concord did.
We're from Goffstown, so I think for most of my life that's pretty much been the attitude. We're not the biggest team, we're not the best team, but if you just go into it not worrying, you go and play like we can be the better team any given day, stuff usually works out.
Linemen, you guys are going to have to play this week. You guys are going to have a fight on your hands.
There's always going to be a couple big plays that happen that is just kind of sometimes out of your control. But I think we've been getting to the quarterback pretty quick. A lot of times, Concord and Keene, it's only two games in, but their quarterbacks have just been under a lot of pressure from our linemen and our middle linebacker blitzing. And so we don't really give them much time in the first place. But all in all, I think we got to kind of work on our pass coverage a little bit more. Keene, I think it was the first play of the game, they ended up having a tight end, a little seam route, and he caught it right in the middle, right in the gap of our defense. So I think our most important thing to do this week is just kind of minimize those gaps and really come out strong. Yeah, the pressure on the quarterback helps, but it's not always going to work. It's not always going to be able, because there's big kids on these Nashua teams. There's big linemen up front. So we're not always going to be able to penetrate, but as long as we can get our good pass coverage down, I think we'll be pretty solid. We should keep those big pass plays to a minimum.
Sure. I've never seen something like this where you go 2 home and then 3 away. But I think there's some positives in that because of the routine, right? So we had a Saturday routine for our first 2 games, and now we can get into a Friday routine that'll kind of carry us through till October. So there's positives there. At the end of the day, it's whatever. It's football. It's the same field. It's 11 on 11. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's just something that we want to make sure we're comfortable with and we get the kids comfortable. definitely big, good size in the line, and they were good too. So probably the best linemen that we faced this year, so that was a good challenge for us. I think struggled early on, at least offensively, to kind of with some of our blocking patterns. Didn't pick things up as well as I would have liked early. Definitely bounced back, and I thought in the second quarter got much better with that, and then second half played really well up front. So that was encouraging. We had guys open in the pass game, which we thought we'd be able to get. Hit some, miss some, but that's part of the deal. I'd like to improve our accuracy with that stuff, but ended up being a real physical game, which is probably a good thing for us. And we had to play into the fourth quarter, which is a good thing for us. So developmentally, I think it'll help us down the road because we got to get used to battling a Division I team for 4 quarters.
It's exciting to be 3-0, but the first 3 games we've seen things we have to improve on and get better at, and that's what we kind of take into this week. Take those things and get better at them as we go on throughout the season.
The only thing I can really say about how we've been doing is that it's really cool because we have a lot of 3-year and 2-year starters, and all the kids I've been playing with since 2nd grade, a lot of us started our sophomore year because we had very few seniors and juniors, and just seeing it all come together and really happen, the development of the program since we've joined D1 it's pretty awesome, and it's sweet to be a part of.
I think we were trying to stay hyped because we don't really practice at night at all, so playing a night game it's gonna hurt us a little bit. And at the beginning we were kind of quiet, but I think we were able to step up, and come out to a
really
good
to get down to those bigger schools and to really put a pounding on them. And it's a really bold statement, I think, that we are the underdogs and we're going to prevail this year.
You're out there to compete, so you certainly want to compete against other teams and see what you have. It's nice that we're able to, we're explosive on offense, and that's just because we're fortunate to have some seniors that are very explosive. So we can kind of make some plays and score quickly. So that's what happens some of the time. But I do think it's important that we're able to compete for 4 quarters. Still haven't really shown that yet, and the time will come. So it'll come soon enough. So I'm not too worried about it really, because that'll take care of itself with the schedule coming up. We're going to face some tough teams, and it'll be a dogfight to try and stay with them.